One big mistake I see people do all the time is buy frozen pizza from a grocery store. Why? Just why? It's horrible. So, today I decided to make the lowest effort possible pizza. So as always, with our fingers crossed, let's make the lowest effort pizza you can ever make. So we're gonna start with the 30 minutes pizza, and to make that we need 360 grams or 3 cups of bread flour or all-purpose flour, doesn't really matter since we're making low effort pizza anyway, with 11 grams of sea salt or fine sea salt or kosher salt, whatever salt you have, and a tiny teeny bit of dry yeast. Now some might ask why so little yeast, but that's the whole point. Yeast in pizza is used to give the dough a taste, a flavor, not as a leavening agent. At the end of the day, pizza is sort of like flatbread, not bread. Lastly, we'll add 230 milliliters of lukewarm water, so this will give us around 6% hydration pizza, which in my book is the easiest, lowest effort pizza you can ever make. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I made so many pizzas making this video, more than I care to admit, because I fucked up a bit. I could have, and probably should have, showed you the best one I made, but f that. I'm gonna show you the real thing, as always. Now mix everything together and knead it for a good 8 to 10 minutes. And get your hands ready because we are using our work surface. It's much easier and more efficient this way than doing it in a bowl. And now because laziness comes in varying degrees, I will show you guys the 30 minutes, 1 day and 2 days pizza. And you can try the one that matches your laziness level. Personally, my laziness level is at 1 day because I make it before I go to sleep and just eat it next day. But for some people that's too much, so the 30 minutes pizza could be perfect. And that's it really, that's pizza for you. Now we will just cover this bad boy with some oil for them not to stick together. Now you can leave it for a week even if you want, depends on how patient you are. Little side note here, some people like to add flour instead of oil, but since it's low effort, I don't want to make a mess, and also sometimes flour fails me. More on that later. Until the dough rests, we can make the sauce. What's a pizza without a sauce, right? So simply I would put a normal tomato sauce with a mix of herbs, basil, oregano and thyme, add some salt. It's low effort as I said. And it's not the worst sauce I've ever seen even. I've seen people use ketchup even, and some people put pineapple on pizza. So yeah, moving on. Now back to the dough. We will divide this into 2 equally sized bowls. Try to make them into a bowl somehow. That's how I usually do it, just tucking it onto each other until you have a smooth surface and just like rub your hands together and seal the bottom. It takes a few tries sometimes. I like to cover and let them rest for 20 more minutes, but as promised, this is a 30 minutes pizza, so that, and let's do it now and see how this goes. I'll just shape the pizza. The most important thing in shaping pizza is to maintain a crust. So I'm just trying to create a crust all around and spread it from there and hopefully try to make a nice round pizza shape. Nope, never mind. I'll put it on this parchment paper here because it's much easier and I'm just lazy. I will add some salsa, keep everything round and nice. I preheated the oven to the max it can go in hopes it can reach a high enough temperature to give us a good result, but I don't have high hopes. I'll put this in the oven with just salsa since I'm making a margherita pizza. I will leave it in the oven for 1 to 2 minutes and then add mozzarella. So this will ensure that the mozzarella doesn't get overcooked. No one wants an overcooked mozzarella. However, sometimes reality isn't what you expect. And my oven was surprisingly hotter than what I thought, and it got burnt a little bit. It still looks good and tastes good, and the crust isn't bad at all. And taste wise, I will give it a 6 over 10. Still way better than the frozen ones. Crust though, nah, not eating that. Let's try again. So this one is the 1 day pizza. I made a mistake and covered it overnight with flour and wasn't sealed enough. So the flour made these chunks you see here. Sad story. Anyway, but this time I will add flour instead of oil since it was covered in flour, not oil. Same routine, I will add the salsa and put it in the oven for a couple of minutes, then add the cheese. Except I forgot the cheese. Fuck. Since it's already done, it wouldn't hurt to try it out and check the crust and see how it fares compared to the 30 minutes one. I would say it's not so bad. I would say it has the perfect pizza color and the crust looks airy and crunchy. One more time, 1 day pizza with mozzarella and basil this time. I think it has a better color for sure. and the mozzarella isn't burnt, and the basil gives it a lot of freshness. And as for the crust, definitely eating that. The last one is for the more patient folks out there, which is the 2 days one. Let's see how this fares against the other ones. Again, for consistency, I'll do the same, add salsa, but this time I'll put some cherry tomatoes and some onions. But seriously, for consistency, I will make another one exactly the same as the other ones for our taste test. I think this one by far looks the best. I put some basil. Unfortunately, I think that this is the best version. It's not the lowest effort, or maybe it is, but it just needs a bit more patience to wait for 2 days to eat a pizza. Anyway, okay, let's dig in. My god. The crust is just insanely good. Super airy and crunchy from the outside, and the dough itself, apart from what's on top, tastes so good. Of course, you can put on top whatever you want. I just wanted to make it simple and taste the dough itself, not the toppings. Just a disclaimer, in making this video, no food has been thrown away. Everything was eaten by me. That's it guys. I hope you don't eat frozen pizza again. And as always, appreciate you watching. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more. Peace.